Hello everyone, this is Katie from Katie Vegas. That's our label, and we have a variety of things to offer, but my most recent endeavor and exciting thing to do was to start making these wonderful big hooks. And there are a couple of places online only that you can get them, and but only a couple, and they're prohibitively expensive. So I decided, I got together with my wonderful artist friend Rule James, and between the two of us we created these great wonderful big hooks. We start out with, I have 5 sizes available. Start out with a 1/2 inch by 16 inches, which is, let's see, 12.7 millimeters approximately. Then we go to 5/8 inch, 0.625, which is approximately 15.9 millimeters. And then we go to the 3/4, 0.750, or approximately 19 millimeters. The next level is 7/8, 0.875, or approximately 22 millimeters. And the largest, of course, is 1 1/8, 1.125 at 28.6 millimeters. The largest is 26 inches. The 3/4, or yes, the 7/8 is 24 inches, and the 3 smaller ones are 16 inches. I'm going to show you some samples of things created with these different sized hooks. Where ours is a little different from what's available is, number one, ours goes quite large, up to the 28 points, almost 29 millimeters. This one we usually would use maybe for rag rugs, like 2 strands of bulky yarn, and if you could get it in wool, you can make a fabulous rug with that. Or let me show you here is a couple of blankets. I'm going to bring them into the screen here. Done on that very large hook with Tunisian crochet. Before I do that, I want to go over this a little bit with you. These hooks are the double-ended solid wood, hand-carved, hand-sanded, hand-polished Tunisian crochet hooks with a stopper. This allows it to be used as a 1 or 2-ended hook. If you're using it one end or even one way, you can stop your yarn from going off the other end with the stopper. It's really great. Or you can take it out and work the 2 colors back and forth. For instruction on Tunisian crochet, I'll show you a few sample stitches. But if you go to Crochet Crowd in YouTube, so it would be YouTube, Crochet Crowd, Mikey has a whole series on Tunisian crochet and teaches you all the various stitches. It's very easy to follow and quite exciting. I'm going to sample you or show you a few with the large hooks, because his is just a general stitch guide. So now back to this. I'm going to set these aside and show you that the first, or the largest, I did this blanket, which is just the regular Tunisian crochet, or what do they call it? Simple stitch? Let's see. It's hard to even tell in this yarn which side is the right side. But it was the body of it, as you can see with the backlight, the body of it was created with this very large hook. I'd like to show you the different things that I've created with the largest, the 1 1/8. I wanted to do some rugs in the worst way, but I didn't want to spend $150 for yarn that was bulky enough or big enough. So I went to the thrift shop and got, on the senior day, got half price on a bunch of old sheets tore them into 2-inch strips. It's an easy joining method that you can find online if you go to Rag Rugs. And then I used this very large hook to make this lovely rag rug, which then you block it, put it down. They're washable, they're soft, they feel wonderful underfoot. They're so heavy that they don't move. It's not like a little throw rug that gets up and moves. But if you stay this size and smaller, you can throw it in your washing machine. If you go larger, I did a 60-inch and larger round, and I just have to take it to a commercial washing machine so I don't ruin my washer. But this is just 2-inch strip. In this case, I used a Tunisian link stitch for these sections. Each row is a row of linked stitch, which if you go on YouTube, you'll be able to find the tutorial for doing the linked stitch. And then I finished the edge with a very large single crochet hook, or if you have more than just the one large one, you can finish it with just a little slightly smaller gauge. This will give body to your edge. So that's the first one with this large one. The next one I did with this very large hook was this lovely blanket that is so soft. I wish you could feel it. And it's the Lion brand super bulky homespun, and it's 2 strands, and you can see the 2 sides, both sides are beautiful. Again, I used, in this case, I did I believe I did the links. We can do this, show you what I did with a sample of what can be done on the 1/2 inch double-ended hook, and that is the Tunisian knit stitch. And this looks just like, you can see, as if it was knit. But it has, here's the back side, it has a lot more body. It is more steady in its consistency. And I used, this is actually, I think it's Patons, but I'm not positive, but it's called lace. And it's 2 strands of lace with this 1/2 inch hook. This shawl went together in hours. Maybe for a regular kind of a speed would be maybe a day or day and a half, 2 days at the most. And it's very, very long. Let's see here if I can show you. It's actually more like a shoulder blanket. But it just goes on and on and on. And normally this would take you, what, a week for a pretty fast kneader, and longer than that. This goes together in a day or 2 with this nice big hook. So you can use a lace weight yarn. In this case I used it double-stranded. Then I just took a smaller hook and did the edge in a single crochet. And it just gives it the stability it needs to look very beautiful. So that's the 1/2 inch, what the 1/2 inch looks like. Okay. The next size, I just, for a sampler, wanted to do a placemat to show you how nice these are and how quickly you can make a lovely Christmas gift or something. This is just the Tunisian, I believe this is the size I used for this placemat, which is a sampler, and this is the 5/8 or 15.9 millimeter hook, and I used 2 strands of just your regular old worsted weight Super Saver yarn, so you could get it by the pound and do some lovely placemats, coasters, hot pads for Christmas gifts. Put a little flower on that and away you go. These you can knock out in probably an hour and a half maybe, including the border. The border is also the simple stitch, but it's done in a linked Tunisian link stitch. So you're going and you're doing like a treble, and then you're coming and doing the Tunisian vertically instead of horizontally, and then you go into the next stitch, and then you come up and you do it again. So you're going this way to do the link stitch. On YouTube, you can plug in Tunisian linked stitch, and it will teach you how to do this. And it makes a very stable, wonderful edge for this placemat, and leaves a little pattern here that you can thread ribbon, Christmas ribbon, thread something through the edge, or you don't have to, but it certainly would bear it well. It's nice and heavy, it's going to protect your tables, and it's just a really nice, fun project. You can see on the back the kind of insulation your table's going to get. It's really a nice thing to do, and great in cotton. If you did 2 or 3 strands of cotton, or 2 strands of the sugar and spice type yarn, then you have really lovely washable cotton placemats and fabulous hot pads and dishcloths in this. Best dishcloths you ever had. Okay, that's okay. That's a sample for this size.